Okay, so in last video we discussed theoretically what is AZ Connect and what is passive ID. Now in this video we're going to do the lab. Okay, so this is the same topology. My target system is PC1 which is connected to 0/2. PC1 already joined Active Directory. Okay, and this is our target switch SW2 where we will put our configuration. Okay, and this the Cisco ISE 192.168.100.210 primary ISE. Right, and this is my management PC. So we already know this detail. Primary ISE is 100.210, secondary ISE is 100.220, Active Directory, DNS, and FTP, NTP certificate authority is 100.230, and domain name is test. Okay, and test user is E1C1 and employee, and we will use a contractor as well. Test VLAN is 20 and 10. That's the 20 VLAN, and 20.1 is the gateway. And the switch which we will put our detail as SW2. Okay, and switch management IP is 100.254, and the interface which we are interested to put the detail is 0/2. Computer host name is PC1 Win10 which already joined the domain, and computer name is PC1. So this is PC1, but inside this PC name host name is PC1 Win10. That's the name. Okay, so this is our topology. Okay, so first thing first, what we need to do, we need to configure the switch for .1x. So we already know and we use this command previously, so let me copy this command. Okay, it's here up to this point, and I need to go to the switch and go to enable configuration and paste this command. Let me copy again, and this is the command. Now the interface which I'm interested is 0/2. So next thing I need to paste this interface, but let me change this one because I need map, not .1x. So let me put map first, the order, and this one later on, and let me copy this one and paste, and no shutdown. So interface configuration is also done. So let me show you. Show running interface E0/2. So this is the configuration. I put them temporary under VLAN 20. Mode is access, and it will try next method. So multi authentication. Map will be tested first, and then .1x, and control auto, and map is enabled. And we already know these detail. Okay. So switch configuration is done. Okay. PC1 is still shut down. We will switch on a bit later. Okay, so next thing what we need to add the switch to our network devices, which is already done, I believe. So if I go to ISE and go to network devices, so it's already done. 100.254 switch 2. We already know how to add, and we previously add from labs. So this the key test 123, and this the IP address 100.254 is management IP. We know this one. So if I go to switch, show IP interface brief, so this the management IP which we use to register here as a network device. Okay, and this one is done. So network device is done. In case if it is not, you can click add and you can add the detail. We know this, how we can add. So this step is done. These are the steps to follow. This is the test 1 2 3 radius key, and we enable SNMP as well, by the way. Next thing, we need to enable passive ID services. So let's go to enable passive ID services. So let me go to deployment. And because we have two nodes, so I need to enable on both. Go to ISE1, and here you can see enable passive identity services. You need to enable this one. Click save. By the way, if you go there, so there is a widget as well for passive ID setup. Even if you click here, so it will show you also. They activate passive identity and deployment to access this page. Even this page is not going to display because they said activate and enable passive ID. Anyway, we are not using this widget. These are 5 steps to enable passive ID from here. But anyway, let's go back. First thing first, go to deployment, ISE 1. Okay, and enable this passive identity services. So because in my case I have 2 ISE nodes, so I need to enable in the second one as well. So deployment, go to ISE 2 as well. Okay, and go to enable passive identity services. So I need to enable this one. So this is the first step is required to enable passive ID services. So I done from here, and this is the command in case if you want to check this enable or not. So I need to go to putty in case if you want to access our ISE 100.210 and admin abc@12345. So you can use this command to verify show application status ISE. We know ISE, yeah, and include, I means include passive ID, that show me only passive ID services. So you can verify through this command as well, and it has to running. Okay, a passive ID, WMI services and these things. Okay, done. Next thing, now we need to configure passive ID. Keep in mind this AZ Connect require Active Directory integration, which is already done. So let's go to external identity sources and our Active Directory. So it's already integrated. If it is not, so first thing first, you need to integrate your Cisco ISE with Active Directory, and this step is already done from previous videos. So this one is working. We just need this one because I shut down second ISE just to save some resources. So this step is done. Next thing is there is passive ID. When you go to there is connection and here is passive ID. Click on this one. Okay, so you need to add if it is not, because suppose if it is not there, and my case is there, it has to be like this maybe. So what you need to do, you click add DC, click on this one, and this is our Active Directory test.local. We know this test.local is our domain controller, and click OK. So this is the first step you need to add. This is the IP of Active Directory 100.230. This one 100.230. Next thing, check this one and click on add it now. First what I done, I add this one. Next thing, I select this one, check this one, and now click edit. So this is the fully qualified domain name. Administrator is the username of Active Directory, and password of Active Directory is abc@12345. So let me show that it's the correct one. Yeah, abc@12345. The protocol I want to use is WMI. You can use agent as well. You need to click on config to configure this protocol WMI on your Active Directory. So let's see, it will take some time. Yes, it says successfully configured domain controller. Done. Now you can test as well. So let's see. The connection was tested, passive ID active mode, and has failed. Exception when connecting to identity mapping service, so fetched it. Okay. So let's save this one and let's configure from here as well. This one, configure WMI. So let's configure again and we will test again. Okay, so it's successfully done, and let's do again. This time abc@12345, Let me see, password is okay, and let's test again. And they say the connection was tested. SUID node connection to server failed. Exception when connecting to identity mapping service to fetch DC connection status. So there is some issue we need to configure again. Sometime you can get this issue, but sometimes straight away it will work. So let's see now, and let me test again. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, so connection to test. I believe this time it's okay. Let me test again. Yeah, so successfully configured domain controller, and this connection is also okay. So now this time is okay. Sometimes you need to do it this process again. So let me save the setting. From here we are done. So if we go back, what I done, I click add DC, and then I select all DC and okay. Then I check this one and then edit. On edit pop-up window, what we done, we put our password and we choose the protocol WMI. We click on configure and then we test them, and we also configure WMI from here. So it was successful. Okay, so let's do it. You can verify from here, by the way. If we go to work center and there is passive ID whole place, and go to overview, okay, and go to dashboard, it has to be there and it should be green and up. So let's see now, it's fetching data from server. So let's see it's green or not. You can check the status here. Okay, it's not green and it's like this one. So if I refresh, so let's see it's green or not. Otherwise I need to go back again. Okay, so no. So what you can do, again we need to go back to external identity sources, to our Active Directory, okay, or passive ID, and choose this one, and again click edit and put the password abc@12345. Show password, it's okay, and configure protocol WMI. Okay, so it's configured correctly, and now test is also successful, and save. Okay, so now let's go back to work center and overview and check again, this time in dashboard. So it's fetching data from server. Just wait a minute and let's see it's green or not. Otherwise we need to do the process again. Yeah, it's okay this time. So this time you can see it's the status is green and up, and this is srv test.local is the name, and test.local is our domain. So we are done almost. We configure properly. Now we can test them. So for test purpose, by the way, these are the thing. It's not running. It will run after a while when you check again now, because it was not running. Now we enable all the process. So let's see, it will take some time. Next thing, now how we can test them. So let's configure downloadable ACLs. These downloadable ACL, one we will configure for AZ Connect with the name AZ Connect, and we will provide basic stuff like a DNS, DHCP, and Active Directory access only, and we will deny rest of everything. One decal. Second decal we will configure for employees to allow them each and everything. Third decal we will create for contractor to deny to some server and then permit each and everything, just for test purpose. And then we will create authorization profile, because when you create downloadable ACL you need to create a profile to attach those one. So we will create one for AZ Connect and attach decal of AZ Connect. Second, we will create employee authorization and attach employee decal. Third, which we will create contractor authorization profile and attach contractor decals. So let's create these three decals. I believe two decal is already there. Now you see, before it was not running. Now you can see all these services are running. So you can verify from CLI as well. Okay, done. So now let's go to policy result, and for verification we need to go to authorization downloadable ACL. So previously we create contractor and employee decals. Let me show you. It's simple. Decal imply this the name and permit IP any. Allow them each and everything. So this one is already done. We don't need to create again. And contractor is denied to this server for ICMP, for TCP, and permit each and everything. So this one is already done. Okay. Now the third one which we decide for AZ Connect. So let me give them decal underscore AZ Connect. So this is my decal, and the decal I want to restrict them. So I already copy this one. We already know this decal for which purpose. So basically it will allow DNS, DHCP 67 and 68 port UDP, and it will allow them 100.230 as our active directory, and rest of everything will be denied. Okay, AZ Connect, and check the decal, it's okay, and submit. So three decal we created. Two were already there because we previously created. So contractor, employee, and AZ Connect. Now to use these decal we need this authorization profile here. So let's go to authorization profile. So we already have for employees. So authorization employee and decal is decal employee, and you can put them in a specific VLAN. So when someone log in from employee group, so they will put them in VLAN 10. Done. Now let's go to contractor. So contractor is already created as well previously. Authorization decal is contractor and VLAN 20. So it means 10 is for employee, VLAN 20 is for the contractor. And the third we need to create add, and here I would say authorization underscore AZ Connect for AZ Connect. But for AZ Connect, keep in mind you need to enable this passive identity tracking, not in other, just only once on this one. So passive identity tracking, and choose the decal. Okay, select automatically, otherwise I need to click here, I can choose. So decal name is decal AZ Connect, and you can put them in a specific VLAN as well. Anyway, whatever is the VLAN, they will connect. Okay, and keep in mind passive identity tracking has to be enabled, and click save, submit. Let me show you again. The employee one is not enabled passive identity. Let me show you contractor one, no need to enable. On other, let me go to contractor, is not enabled, only once on one profile which we create with the name AZ Connect. So now profiles are done. So finally we create decals and we created profile for three things. Okay, next thing now we need to create policy set. Policy set, because this AZ Connect require map, so we will create a new one. So let's go to policy set. We are not using these one. Let's create a new policy set, and I will give them a name AZ Connect, and I can give them AZ Connect policy. Description if you want to give, so you can say AZ Connect policy, whatever. And the protocol we will use the default one, just map we need. So for that one we can use default network access. But the condition I need to put, I just need map authentication, and because you are using wire, so I will say wire map. That's it, drag this one, and library we already have built-in one, and use. That's it. So the name is AZ Connect policy, description AZ Connect policy, condition is wire map, and default protocol, and click save. You need to click save so that we can do changes here. Okay, done. So this is our policy set. Click on this one and go to authentication. Now for authentication, what I done, again for authentication, you just need to give a rule name, any rule name, and again wire map. So for authentication, I will click here and let's say auth rule, auth AZ Connect. This is the rule name, and here you can use AD test local, either you can use internal endpoint because it used for map. So let's say internal endpoint, and from here what I will do, again I will use wire map. So let me drag this one. By the way, it's better to use our whole list, this one, AD internal store. So I say the name is auth AZ Connect, condition is wire map, and choose this database. Use this database, AD internal store. So Active Directory internal store, and also they will use so many other things which we created in the sequence. Leave the option default, but the default rule, maybe some rule can hit default, so why not deny this one, deny access, so that nobody can hit this rule. So I say auth AZ Connect wire map and internal. So our authentication policy is done, and save setting. So authentication is done. This is the authentication. Next thing, authorization. Here we need a 3 rule. 3 rules is, we want one rule, where is it, start from here, for employees, one for contractor, and third one for AZ Connect. So let's go, let me show you how we can create. So we are here in AZ Connect policy set, go to authorization, there is a default one which is deny. Click here 1, 2, 3. The first rule is for employee, employees. So the employees, I say that if from Active Directory external group equal employee group, if a user is from employee group, use this one and give them this result, this profile, where is authorization employee, which we previously create. Next rule is for contractors. For contractor, I say if the user is from external Active Directory, from contractor group, assign a profile of, where is contractor, authorization contractor, and last one is AZ Connect. I give them AZ Connect, and here I will not put any Active Directory group, but I will put a condition here, wire map. Where is wire map again? Here is wire map. So I say if a wire map condition is coming, give them the AZ Connect profile which we create, a restricted one. And if not matched, the default one will be deny. And this sequence is, it has to be like in this sequence. So top one is employee, then contractor. No need to put this on top, otherwise it will not work. First, when the request comes, so the user will be not from employee, it will go to wire map. Wire map will give them restricted access. When the user log in with the employee, so they will give them employee VLAN, and also they will give them full access. If it is from contractor, so they will give them limited access and the VLAN will be changed. I believe we put here VLAN 10 and here VLAN 20. And AZ Connect is there, we did not put any VLAN, so they will take the default one which is VLAN 20 as well under the port which is configured. So that's it, and save the setting. So we are done with this one as well. Now coming to verification, but for verification first we need to on our system. So let me on PC1. Okay, and for verification what we can do, two things we can do. Go to radius logs from here. Okay, and second thing, we can go to work center, and let me open this a new page, and there is live logs of passive ID. So let's go there. So from two places, from here and from here, we can verify. So let me open this window as well so we can verify. And system is on, we need to check this one, but I need this switch as well. So let's see now. Let's go to this one, and I believe it's not yet open, this one. Okay, and let's go to switch. So in switch, show authentication session interface E0/2 detail. So no session is yet because the PC is not yet boot up. So let's see now. Okay, so you guys come up from dashboard, you can check the session here right now too. Yeah, and also you can check from live session as well. So let's go to live session. So when the user login, so it will fetch the detail. This is the previous one. So right now nothing is there, only two. This is the previous one, I believe. Okay, so let's go to window and let's see. Yeah, so it's come up. If I say show authentication session, look at now. So it's MAB authentication on the system, and if you check what they done, it's a MAB authentication. This is the MAC address of this system, and what they done, they assigned them this access list, the AZ Connect ACL. You remember? So if I say show access list and this ACL, look at to only to go to domain, go to DHCP and Active Directory service, and rest of everything is denied because they get this ACL. Because when we say first time, the AZ Connect decal will apply because this hit the MAB rule. You remember we create MAB rule, and here is the MAC address of the system, and you can see it's here. These are the apply AZ Connect, and this the decal attached here as well. Let me show you the decal here from switch. We check and it's here as well. DNS, DHCP, this. You remember we apply these, yeah? So these are attached now. So it means from here it's working. Now PC. Now let's log in with any user. And keep in mind what is the IP. IP is 20.12. Let's log in with client. Employee. Let's log in with employee. So let me go to employee. Employee we have E1 user and ABC@12345. So you know now the VLAN will change. This IP will become 192.168.10. This decal will change. It will go to employee decals. Okay, so let's check out again when employee login, and also it will jump from here to this user. So let's refresh. Let's see it getting the user detail or not. Yeah, so it say E1 and E1. So the E1 VLAN has to be changed. So let's see the VLAN is changed or not, because for employee I believe we put VLAN 10. So let's check out, refresh. Okay, so right now everything is working properly, and here if you refresh, so it will show you as well here employee as well.